This is chapter 4-1, triangles and angles. Please copy your codes. All right, now we're really getting ready to get busy. We're getting into some of my favorite lessons in geometry. And I'm going to be giving you more that you got to study at home. Remember, you're going to need to watch the lessons on YouTube, record the notes that correspond to your lessons on the YouTube video. You're going to have to also read your book. So your lessons from YouTube are also from your textbooks. You need to do both and try a few practice problems. Okay, first we're going to talk about classifying triangles. Triangle. First of all, let's understand that a triangle is a figure or a shape formed by three non-collinear points. Triangles are classified two ways. We classify them by their angles, and we classify them by their sides. Okay, remember, so if I have three non-collinear points that look something like that, or I can even take the third point and put it here, okay? If I were to make this a triangle, it looks something like this. One point connected, the second, and of course I'd use a straight edge so that it would be nice and pretty. But again, triangle, three non-collinear, all three of those points that I start with, the point that was here, the point that was here, and the third point that was there, are not on the same line. Okay, and once we connect them, we'll form a triangle. Using a straight edge. Okay, here are the names of triangles. If we're classifying them by their angles, when I'm talking about the interior, inside values here, their angles. This is the first type of angle in which we're looking at. Acute triangle is when I have, of course, triangle has three interior angles. It's called an acute triangle if the three inside angles, each individual one is less than 90 degrees. So let's look at this first angle here. That might be 50 degrees. The second, which is less than 90 degrees. The second angle might be 45 degrees. This angle also is less than 90 degrees. And then the fourth one might be 85 degrees. That individual angle also is less than 90 degrees. So each individual angle is going to be less than 90 degrees, therefore making this an acute triangle. An acute triangle. Next type of angle, if I'm classifying it by angles. Again, I'm still looking at the interior angles on the triangle. This next is called an equal angular triangle. This is when all three of the interior angles are congruent to one another. They're the same equivalent measure. Each angle, in this particular case, if they're equal angular, they're going to be 60 degrees. Because the interior of every triangle must equal 180 degrees. This first angle plus that angle must equal 180 degrees. So 60, 60, and 60 is equal to 180 degrees. And if I back up, the three interior angles here must also equal 180 degrees. Even though it's not an equal angular, it's acute, all three of the angles are less than 90 degrees independently, it still equals 180 degrees. That means that the 45-degree angle plus the 50-degree angle plus the 85-degree angle will equal 180 degrees because the interior angle measures on any triangle must equal 180 degrees. Jumping back down to equal angular. Equal, you need to understand that that means equal. And I've got the word angular. I'm talking about equal angles, and that's just what they are, equal in measure, equal angular, to help you remember what equal angular means. Next triangle is the right triangle. And it's just that it has only one right angle, which means, of course, it's 90 degrees. That means that the other two angles must equal what? This angle, in other words, plus that angle. These two must equal what? If the interior angle of a triangle equals 180 degrees, that means that this angle here plus this angle here, together these two must equal 90 degrees because that's already 90. And we've already stated that the three interior angles of a triangle must equal 180 degrees. So it's a right triangle if one of the angles is right. Please do not tell me that this is a right triangle because you tell me, oh, that looks like that's right. If it's not marked, like this, or if the problem does not writtenly say this is a right triangle, and that's the symbol we use for triangle, you cannot tell me that's a right triangle because it looks like a right triangle. It must either be written like this, or it must be written like that. Otherwise, do not tell me it's a right triangle because it looks like it is. Okay? Next triangle is the obtuse triangle. What the obtuse triangle means is that there's only one angle on the interior that must equal 180, one angle that must be obtuse, or in other words, it's greater than 90 degrees. We need to remember that. The one angle is greater than 90 degrees. So this we call an obtuse triangle when we have one angle that is greater than 90 degrees. This will be an obtuse triangle. We're going to continue this lesson. I actually want you to watch part 2 of this right now with this. Right now. Watch the next section immediately after this.